I recreated Bdubs starter house from the actual Hermitcraft season 10, and oh boy, this house is phenomenal. This house is perfection. And I'm going to show you why. In this video, I analyze Bdubs starter house and I show you all the details and all the build hacks Bdubs is using to make this house look so special. And I'm going to tell you what I would improve, maybe. So let's hop right into it. Before we start, I have to say that I tried to recreate the house block by block. I watched all his videos and tried to use every single block he is using in his video in the right place. But I don't have all the blocks available, like the new tough variants and the new copper blocks. So I used polished andesite in this place and I used the stone brick stairs here. So I think he used the new tough variants, probably polished tough and the tough stairs. But I think it's okay because they look pretty similar. We take a look at the front of the house at first, and I have to say the use of the color palette here is absolutely phenomenal. He is using the mossy cobblestone, he's using moss, and he is using as a foundation, he is using the mud bricks and the packed mud, and this is a very nice, lovely color combination because if we have a look at the chimney, he's using the terracotta, and this is a nice contrast between orange and green, and he also mixes in the yellow of the bamboo wood here and of the scaffolding. This is really nice. It's a nice contrast. We have here the copper as well, the lightning rods, and we have the reddish tone in these copper slabs here. So this is really a cool combination, and what I love, this is this single jungle slab here. This adds to the contrast because it has a bit of orange in it. So this is a really cool color palette. What Bdubs says in the video is that he tries to blend in the packed mud and the mud bricks with vines, and I think this is a really cool special trick he is using here. I must say I will do this in future builds as well because it's really cool. He uses like the large fern here to blend it in, and it's perfect. The next build hack Bdubs is using is scaffolding as a window, and this looks really amazing. We've seen this before, other builders use it, and it really looks cool because it looks like a window, and you can use this to create a window. But what I think is special about Bdubs is how he uses trapdoors as shutters. So he does not place them all flat on the wall. No, he leaves them half open, and this is really cool because it gives the build a special kind of depth here. So it really looks cool. So you don't need anything else, but this is an incredible window that you can easily rebuild, and you don't need a lot of materials for that. I would like to move to the left side of the house, and this is the soul, this is heart and soul of the build, and this is the chimney. Well, we have the terracotta here, we have the mud bricks, and we have the packed mud, and he is even using dirt or coarse dirt, I think both variants in the chimney here, and this is just phenomenal. It really looks good. What I tend to use in builds like that is bricks, to be honest, and bricks would be a little bit too noisy in my opinion when they are used with the mossy cobblestone. So this is why the chimney works so well. We have a contrast between the orange and the green, and it just looks amazing. It is a huge chimney, and it's really outstanding. It's really outstanding. It makes the house special. It makes the shape of the house special. A lot of builders say don't build houses in a rectangle shape. Bdubs is doing it here. He is building a rectangle shaped house, but with a special wonderful addition, and this is the chimney. Even Grian stole it for his build, and I'd say this is really perfect. Let's have a look on this side and how he uses the fences here, how he uses jungle fence and oak fence to create this kind of pattern here. So this blends in very nicely, and I think just to use like a single oak log down here or a single, I think he's using polished tuff in this build, makes it even more special. And there's so many things about this chimney, why it's good, why it's so cool, but there's one thing I want to point out, and this is the top of the chimney. We know the trick of using flower pots and the decorated pots as a design for the topping of the chimney, but what really blew my mind is that he is using candles on the very top, and it really looks like a chimney. I've been walking around my neighborhood looking at chimneys after I realized what Bdubs is doing here, and take a closer look. Chimneys do look like this, and this is such a special detail which makes the chimney even better. It's really, really, really cool. Before we have a look on the roof, I want to show you the back porch that Bdubs built here, and he uses a really nice cool trick, and this is using slabs instead of planks. I would use probably planks in this space here. I would use an upside down stair, but the trick Bdubs is using here is really simple, but it's so effective, and I really love that. And this is the pot sole and the coarse dirt down there. This is a dusty, dirty place down there, and we all know like these back porches where you don't want to if a ball or something, if you throw a ball down there and you have to get it back as a kid, everybody remembers this. And this is something that I really love about this build, is it's such a small detail, but it's so effective, and it's so cool. Another thing that I want to show you is I would normally use a stair here. I wouldn't use a slab, and this is pretty special because he's using a trapdoor on the inside to give it a little bit more depth. And this is something that I will do in the future because I always use the stairs here, and I think this works perfectly. This is really nice. It gives it a special kind of look, and I just love that. So another thing I want to show you is the overhang here, and he is using dark oak stairs in this place, and I would probably put the stair like this, but the trick is to move it inwards so this has a special shape. This is another trick you can do. It gives it a nice shape, and what I haven't seen before is using fence gates in this kind of way. So you would normally, or I would normally take a fence and use it as some support here, but using the fence gates is even prettier. It's such a cool build hack, such a cool trick, and I can't even place it in the right way. So this is a really cool thing that you can use in your builds. I haven't seen that before, and it looks really cool. Another thing that I want to show you is just a small detail, but using mangrove roots inside of the leaves here. This is just perfect. I'm using fences to create like little branches and something like that, but to use the mangrove roots in a bush like that is just amazing. Another nice trick is to use the campfire here as a step, kind of like using it as a slab. And this is what I've seen before. I've been using this in builds as well, and I think it's a really lovely detail because look at this. I think normally we would have used probably as just a single stair or maybe a slab, but this looks really nice and gives it another special detail like here, and this is just perfect, a perfect detail that is fitting the build very, very nicely. Let's have a look at the roof, and this is very special too. I think there are well, at least like 3 details I want to show you. The first thing that really blew my mind is just using a furnace here as this small chimney, and he's not facing it like that so that you can see that it's a furnace. No, he places it the other way around. So this really looks cool because in his video you see that it really blends in nicely with the Toblocks, and this is so cool. This is such a good use of a furnace as a chimney, and it is useful. You can use it, and you can use it from the inside. Another small detail that I love about this roof and about the chimney is this chain hanging down from this lever here and leading to this lever here. This is such a cool small detail, but it's so effective, and I just love that. And it's really cool how it connects, so you can use that in your builds as well. And this is just a lovely detail that gives it like a special note. And this is really, really cool. The use of greenery on your roof is another thing that you can do, and I think it really looks nice. I love to do that as well, and I will show you what I would do in the end of the video with the roof here. I like it that way, but I think there's a little improvement that you can make, so I'm going to show it to you at the end of the video. I want to show you another thing on the roof, and this is the outline here. This is just perfect because it is a transition between the green walls and the dark roof, and it looks amazing. It also has like the reddish tones in here, and this is a perfect transition, and it gives the house the weathered look it has. So this is a very special thing to do. And I love that he uses the trapdoors up here. I've never done that before. I never thought about like a roof coming out 1 block further, but this is really perfection, I think. And if you have a look at real houses, you will see these little, I don't know, rafters down there. And he is once again using the fence gates down here. And this is just so perfect. I love that use. I've never seen that before, and this is a trick you should use in your builds because this is really a detail that is kind of like you see in real houses. So this is another thing that I learned from Bdubs starter house. He uses these fence gates as well on the back side. We have it here as well underneath the roof, and we also have it here in this working area and this working space, and he creates a lovely, wonderful looking overhang here. He is using it here as well. I've never seen an overhang that is so detailed. If you look on it from above, it's not that detailed, but it doesn't have to be. But if you look underneath it, you see that this is really special, and that he is using slabs and trapdoors, and he is using the fence gates here to make it look so special. Just from this point of view, this is such a cool detail, and it was really hard to recreate this because Bdubs isn't a lot in this place in his videos, but I tried to recreate this here like he did it in his original video. So this really looks cool. I just love this place. But we're not even finished with the roof yet. I just want to show you this little window. I think you just see it once in his videos, but I just love that because you have kind of like half a scaffolding here. This looks like a small window. It's just so cozy and it looks so good. And once again, using a different wood type here with a different texture, just taking the oak logs here. It's just a nice detail that is just perfect. And I just love that. And to use the signs here to cover up the barrels that you can use from inside. It's just so lovely. Just a quick word to the chimney. He is using the new copper blocks. I don't know what they are called, but he's using them in the chimney here, and it really looks cool. I love them, and it's such a good way to use them in the chimney. That really looks perfect. Have a closer look. I can't show it to you in this video, but have a look at his videos. And once again, another thing that I want to show you, this is, yeah, this here, just where the rain drops down. And this is so cool. It's such a nice, lovely detail that you could use in your houses as well. The use of the lightning rods here is so lovely. It's so cool. It's like a typical Bdubs style, I think. There's so many details, like just realizing now, like the buttons that are blending in with the cobblestone, with the mossy cobblestone. It's just so perfect. Every detail is so perfect and well thought through. I'm really sure about that Bdubs thought about that before. This is pretty much the outside, I think. I think I told you all the details that I found that I think are pretty amazing and so cool, and that you can use in your own builds. So I'd say we have a look on the inside. There's so much more to see, and it starts with the entrance here. He is using the signs here, the bamboo signs, so you can see it from the outside. It makes it different. Look at the left and look at the right. This really makes a difference, and this is such a nice way to use signs here, and it looks so cool. It looks so much better with the signs, so this is pretty cool. And we have the fence gates again. I just love that. I just love the use of the fence gates here when you walk through into the main room. He could have used stairs. But well, to be honest, this is very blocky, and it's just too big, and I love that detail with the fence gates here as well. He is using the fence gates in a way I've never thought about using fence gates, and this is really cool. Again, we have a step, we have a slab kind of thing here, and this is directional. Have you ever thought about that? He really thinks about every detail. I can't write, I just need a shovel. And this is directional. Look at this, the step is here. So you step up here and you walk up the ladder. He's not placing it like that the step is here. No, he places it in this direction. And it's just so amazing. This is such a special detail, just to use the direction of the blocks. We have the storage system here, and I think that I'm pretty sure that in the first place that this was another barrel as well, but using a slab here instead of a barrel makes you think there's, I don't know, another storage area in between here. So you can store, I don't know, your shoes or something like that. You can imagine there's a little tiny space that you can use for storage, not in Minecraft, but you can think about using this as a storage. So this is really cool. And I want to show you that he's not using like full blocks here. He is using the slab to show the beam here, and this gives a really nice contrast. Probably he is using a slab here as well. I'm pretty sure he's oh no, yeah, I think he's using a slab here as well. I don't know exactly, maybe because of this trapdoor he is using a full block here, but this shows the beam. And this gives a nice contrast to the mushroom stem, which is really perfect. There's so many details in the main room. This is just incredible. We have the rock here on the ground. We have this cozy kitchen. And the main thing here again is a chimney, which reminds me on a pizza oven. So maybe here Bdubs is a pizza baker in the series Hermitcraft 10, but once again, using the acacia trapdoors as a kind of a grill is just phenomenal. I just love the detail. And he could have used, he could have left it open like this, and he could have used a full slab, a full block here and there, but no, he's not. This is maybe too narrow, but he is using the upside down stair, and this makes it even more special. I think he could have left this open, but it's too, well, it's too far open. But this is, I think this is like the perfection of this chimney. There's another thing. I think this really works well, the beams with the mushroom stem. I said this before, but this from the inside it really looks good. But there's one thing I'd like to show you, and at first I didn't realize how he is doing that. I was like facing this direction, or he was facing in this direction in the video, and I just saw, okay, he is leaving the beam here, so he is using slabs as a ceiling. So normally what you can do, you could use stairs, upside down stairs, to give it a nice shape here around the edges, but then the beams will be covered, so it's really nice to use the slabs here. And I thought, why do you see a beam here but you don't see, and you see the beam here as well? And then I realized, wow, and this is really cool, he is using a stair, an upside down stair in the middle of the room, which gives these nice beams here. And this is so, it's a cozy tiny house, and this is such a perfect detail. I just love that. And he puts the hanging signs here, so it looks like the hanging signs are hanging from these beams, which is perfect in my opinion. This is such a cool thing to do, and you realize I'm learning so many things from this house, and this is just perfect. Let's have a look upside, and this is another great thing to see, because this really looks like an attic, like a real attic. And he is not just, I would normally go like this. I would like just use a space here underneath the roof just to place storage and barrels, but he thinks about every single barrel that he is using as storage. And this looks so organically. It just looks intended, but it is intended. So this is so cool. Every single barrel is placed very carefully. Even these here to use as a window. They have a double function here. They, for the window and for storage. This is a lovely cozy space here, and I just love that you have access to the chimney as well. I love the color up here, but what I really like is that he's not using stairs all over the place. So he is just having some beams here and here and even here. And this little corner, he is using the stairs to give this a special kind of like, a special note, a special thing up here in the attic. And what I love, again, this is what I take away from this analysis. He is using the fence gates again. He's not using a slab, which would look kind of strange. He's not using a trapdoor here, which would be okay. No, he again is using fence gates, and that looks so much better. This is what I take away from this video, that you can use fence gates in a very special kind of way. So this is pretty much it that I have to tell you from up here. So let's go down again. Just let's have a last look on the interior, maybe step out and the back and just have a look at this beautiful house. This is such an amazing build that I absolutely love, and there's so many details, and I think every detail is he thought about every single detail. I'm pretty sure we will probably never know, but this is such a lovely nice build. Is there anything to improve? Well, I'd say no, because this house is perfection. But what I would do maybe is on the roof. So what I like to do is to put in a little bit of red. So probably take a sweet berry and let's take some bone meal. So this is something that you can do, and can place a berry bush here. This gives up a little nice contrast as well. I like that because there is a contrast between the green and the red, so I'd love to do that. And you can take maybe a rose bush to use it up here if you want to. You don't need it, but that would be a nice way to put some red in here as well. You don't need to take both, but you can do it. I like that. I like to use like flowers on the roof as well, and not only grass. So there are some builders that say that you do have to do an overhang, that you don't want a flat wall. That does not look good. This wall really looks good. This looks so perfect because you have the different textures of the different blocks, from the tuff and from the mossy cobblestone here. So this is really cool, and you don't need anything more. What you can do, you can take the stairs here and make an overhang. This is something that you can do, but you don't have to do it. I don't know if this is an improvement. Maybe you can tell me down in the comments if you like that, if you would prefer doing this in this kind of way. I wouldn't go like this. I wouldn't place upside down stairs here. I would take Bdubs trick and use the fence gates upside down, not upside down, open like this. So if you want to do an overhang, you could do it like that, and you could use Bdubs fence gate trick here, and you have a different kind of house. Of course you have to do this as well, but this would be a nice way, a nice addition. But if you go for that, you run into an issue on the other side. If you do it here as well, you have the problem that you have to decide whether you want to keep this detail, because you would do it like that, and you would have to decide if you want to keep the chain here or not. Yeah, it's up to you. I don't know if this is an improvement, but I love the house the way it is. It's so perfect, and you can't improve many things, I guess. It is really cool. I just love this house. I think I said this a couple of times and this is the reason I made this video. Well, this is pretty much it. I love this house. I love all the details, and I learned a lot by analyzing Bdubs starter house. This is so cool. There's so many build hacks that you can take away and use in your own builds, and I'm so happy that I did that, because I learned so many new things, so many new tricks. So thank you, Bdubs, for building this house and showing all your building tricks. Some I've seen before, but there's so many new things that I learned from recreating this house. So I hope that you learned something as well. Yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like, and yeah, tell me in the comments what you think. Maybe you spotted something else. Just tell me in the comments. And well, guys, Thank you so much for watching. Shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great day. See you.